We in America are misinformed. Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is. So tonight, I'd like to dedicate this award to those who remind us of our virtues, who remind us of the truth. To Sir Charles Chaplin, who battled McCarthyism into exile. To Christopher Steele, who tried to pull a thorn out of the paw of an ungrateful beast. To Christine Blasey Ford, to Colin Kaepernick. He'll stand for the anthem when the anthem stands for him. And to one of my friends, my good friends, and one of the greatest artists of our time, Robert De Niro, whose life was threatened also this week, along with many other incredibly decent people who bring joy to the world.
What is that? Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
How?
Was Jim Carrey trying to warn us about Diddy years before the FBI came knocking? At the time, we laughed it off. Just another bizarre moment from Hollywood's most unpredictable actor. But now, in light of the disturbing allegations piling up against Diddy, those warnings don't seem so funny anymore. They seem prophetic, and it gets deeper. Because insiders are whispering that Jim Carrey, yes, that Jim Carrey might be more than just a distant critic. His name might actually be tied to the very investigation that's shaking the entertainment world to its core. So grab your popcorn and maybe something stronger, because what we're about to uncover goes way beyond just celebrity gossip. This might just be the biggest "we told you so" in Hollywood history. It started with a smirk, a red carpet, a few cameras, and what seemed like another bizarre publicity stunt by Jim Carrey. He was being interviewed at a fashion event, an appearance that confused people to begin with. "What are you doing here?" the reporter asked. Carrey didn't skip a beat. "There's no meaning to any of this," he replied, almost laughing. "There's no meaning to any of this. I just wanted to find the most meaningless event that I could come to." Then, as if flipping a switch, he looked directly into the camera and dropped a line that sent a chill down the spines of anyone really listening. "We are not our names. We are not our jobs. We are not the stories we tell ourselves." At the time, it came off like just another Jim Carrey moment. Eccentric, artsy, unpredictable. Social media had its fun. Memes flooded in. Pundits dismissed it as some kind of performance art. Just another celebrity going through a midlife awakening, right? But that wasn't the only time he broke character. Not long after, on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Carrey walked onto the stage and started flashing strange hand gestures. He kept insisting to Kimmel, half joking, half dead serious, that those signs were symbols of Hollywood's hidden elite. "You know what this is," he said, grinning at the host. "Don't play dumb. Fallon knows. Letterman knows. They all know." And again, the audience laughed. The late-night format made it easy to brush it off. The moment was framed as comedy, edited for laughs. But in the raw footage, Carrey's tone wasn't funny. It was urgent. He called it the all-mocking tongue. He said he was tired of the secrets and the lies. "I'm here to blow the lid off it," he declared. As the audience clapped and chuckled in confusion, people watching live didn't know whether to laugh or lean in. But fast forward to today, years later, and those strange appearances suddenly don't feel so strange. They feel like warnings. And the most chilling part? They line up eerily well with the exact allegations now aimed at one of the most powerful men in the music industry, Sean "Diddy" Combs. Because when Carrey stood on that red carpet and said there was no meaning, when he told Kimmel the world was being lied to, he wasn't just doing performance art. He was trying to pull the curtain back. And no one listened. But here's where it gets even weirder. In the months and years that followed those appearances, Jim Carrey slowly disappeared from the mainstream. No major films, no viral interviews, no tour, just gone. Some people say it was personal, others say it was strategic. But there's a growing theory that Jim's sudden exit wasn't a retreat. It was a form of self-protection. Because when you go on national television and accuse Hollywood of hiding something dark, and you do it with a smile, you're not just being funny, you're drawing a target on your back. And Jim Carrey might have known exactly how dangerous that was.
I'm telling you, kids, don't come to Hollywood. I'm serious.
Your camera's there.
You're so broken. I love this. Please don't get well.
You know, because the movie wasn't shooting for another year. So he asked me not to get well. That's how this business is.
Jim didn't just sound off once. For years, he dropped clues. Through interviews, speeches, even award shows, he spoke about the soullessness of fame, the illusion of Hollywood. and the disturbing forces operating behind the scenes. He described celebrities as being manipulated by something darker, something most people couldn't see. When he called Hollywood hollow and demonic, people assumed it was part of his spiritual awakening. But what if it wasn't metaphor? What if it was a direct call-out of the system protecting people like Diddy? Carrey wasn't vague. He said there were unseen circles in the entertainment industry that would protect the powerful at all costs. At the time, we thought he was being dramatic. Now, it sounds like he was trying to survive. Let's talk about the parties. Not just any parties. We're talking about those ultra-exclusive, phone-free, NDA-bound gatherings that only the most connected people in Hollywood know about. The kind of events where invites are whispered, not printed, where security is tighter than a federal building, where what happens behind closed doors stays there or else. And right at the center of these whispered stories, Sean Diddy Combs. Diddy has always been known as a kingmaker, a music mogul, a man who built an empire off charisma, power, and access. But behind that flashy public image, there's always been something darker. For years, people in the industry have spoken off the record about his legendary freak-off parties, night-long events allegedly filled with not just celebrities and champagne, but coercion, manipulation, and things we can't even describe here without tiptoeing around YouTube's guidelines. These aren't just Hollywood after-parties. They're rumored to be initiations, tests of loyalty, experiments in control. Some say these parties are where the masks come off and the power dynamics of the industry reveal their true form. So here's the question. Where was Jim Carrey? Because for a man as famous, charismatic, and connected as Carrey, he was never once seen at any of Diddy's private events. Not even the ones where A-listers casually dropped in for networking. Not even the ones where rising stars were desperate to be seen. And that absence, that silence, that means something. Over the years, Carrey has given rare but revealing interviews. He doesn't name names, but he talks about staying away from dark circles, energy traps, and the black hole that swallows stars whole. He talks about parties where the price of entry isn't just your time, but your soul. And when pressed about why he distanced himself from so much of mainstream Hollywood, he simply said, "I saw what was behind the curtain, and I wanted nothing to do with it." Let that sink in. This wasn't about him being busy on set. This wasn't about turning down a few party invites. This was deliberate, calculated, a full-on rejection of a system he believed was toxic. And the more we hear about what went on at these events, the more his decision looks like self-preservation. Allegations are now surfacing that Diddy used these parties to manipulate not just women, but also men in the industry, luring them in with promises of deals, fame, and connection, only to trap them in a system of control sealed by NDAs and fear. Some lawsuits even claim that guests at these events were recorded without their knowledge, and that those tapes were later used as blackmail material to enforce silence. Think about that. Blackmail, coercion, surveillance. So when Jim Carrey says he avoided those circles, it's not just a matter of preference. It's a statement, a warning. And while many celebrities chose to play along, to look the other way, or to protect their status by staying quiet, Carrey walked away, or maybe ran. What's even more intriguing is the timing, because as Carrey backed further out of the spotlight, whispers about Diddy's parties only got louder. Insider reports, anonymous stories, leaked DMs, all painting a picture of someone who had built more than a music empire. He had allegedly built a machine, one designed to protect his power by any means necessary. And guess who didn't feed that machine? Jim Carrey. He wasn't just not there. He was making sure people knew he wasn't there. So when you look back at his cryptic interviews, his sudden retreat from Hollywood, and his repeated jabs at the industry's obsession with illusion, it stops feeling like coincidence. It starts to look like a man who knew what was coming and did everything he could to stay clean before the storm hit.
I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, when they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things and, you know, and you know, look at him trying to come it up. It's hilarious.
Here's where speculation turns into full-blown online frenzy. According to multiple viral Reddit threads and TikTok videos, Jim Carrey's name may be in sealed court documents related to the Diddy investigation. Some even claim the FBI has reached out to him, not as a suspect, but as a key witness. If that's true, it's huge, because it means Carrey might have first-hand knowledge, or at the very least, serious insight into what really went on at those events. It means he could be one of the only major figures who said no to Diddy and lived to talk about it, or maybe not talk about it. Yet, let's not act like this is isolated. We've seen this before. Kanye West speaks out, canceled. Brendan Fraser opens up about abuse, blacklisted. Elon Musk tweets cryptically about celebrities Leaving the US because they know too much? Deleted. Jim Carrey was once Hollywood's golden child. Ace Ventura, The Mask, Bruce Almighty. Then, nothing. He just vanished. No blockbuster comebacks, no major interviews, just a few art shows, some philosophical quotes, and silence. Did he retire on his own terms? Or was he pushed out? Because every time someone dares to question the elite, they're branded eccentric, difficult, washed up. That narrative kills careers, and it may have swallowed Jim's. Jim Carrey told us, "I have enough. I've done enough. I am enough." On the surface, it sounds peaceful, but dig deeper and it feels like resignation. He stepped away from movies, from the spotlight, from the system. He retreated into art, spirituality, and isolation. Fans now see that shift not as an evolution, but as a warning sign, because the pattern is too familiar. Speak out, get pushed out. And remember, Carrey said he was tired of the lies. Maybe walking away wasn't just about personal peace, it was about survival. Cassie's lawsuit painted a disturbing picture. Celebrities allegedly being used as bait, parties laced with power plays and coercion, NDAs to cover it all up. And the FBI? They weren't just raiding Diddy's mansions for headlines. Reports say they were searching for evidence of trafficking, financial crimes, and coercion. Jim Carrey was never in those rooms. But that doesn't mean he didn't know what happened inside them. Maybe he heard the stories. Maybe he saw the signs. Maybe he got close, then backed away. And now people are asking, if Jim was pressured to join and he refused, does that make him a threat? Because he's not just a witness. He's the one that got away. The internet is exploding with one big question. Was Jim Carrey trying to warn us this entire time? His cryptic statements, his eerie speeches, his sudden disappearance. All of it is being re-examined with fresh eyes. Because if even half of what's being alleged about Diddy is true, then Jim wasn't crazy. He was right. Maybe he has been speaking out, not through interviews or Instagram lives, but through silence, through distance, through refusal, and maybe, just maybe, we owe him an apology, because sometimes the loudest warnings are the ones we laugh off first. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you believe Jim saw it all coming? Or is it just another conspiracy theory? And don't forget to check out our other videos. We're diving deep into the most shocking stories Hollywood tried to bury. Until next time, stay curious.